Merry Christmas!
Where's the Tylenol?
It's that time. Christmas time is here.
And that's right. We hope you're having the happiest Christmas
This side of the nut house.
Oh, the shitter's full, and it's time for your favorite show, Doom Generation.
And it's Christmas vacation. Christmas vacation. Look at me, I'm a Staples singer, Ma.
Oh,
look at me,
yeah.
Ma. I'm a Staples singer. I'm Mavis Staples.
Liana is here as our Aunt Bethany.
She should say, hi, everybody. You should say it. Hi, everybody. You should say it.
And we have had plenty of drinks in advance to hopefully bring you an extra festive episode of Doom Generation.
That's the plan.
We got National Lampoons for you all.
For
you all.
1989. Or is there other Christmas gift? No, Doom Biz? Or are you gonna do it?
We want to welcome some new patrons.
Oh, that's right.
We got 3 new patrons for Christmas.
3. Yes. On the 3rd day of Christmas, my true love gave to me
Lubomir
in a pear tree.
Carlos.
3 golden Carloses.
And Ken.
4 calling cancer.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Welcome.
You will be getting your Patreon packs hopefully maybe by now or soon.
Soon.
And they will include your new
that's right.
D&G Doom Generation
Doom
TNC Surf and Skate style magnets.
Mm-hmm. The TNC stands for Town and Country.
Yes, and the
you're wondering.
D&G, shut up. It stands for fucking Doom Generation.
It sounds for Doom and Generation.
You don't like it? Shut up. It's a collector's edition, all right?
Right? You didn't even have to mention anything.
$6. $6
$6
with
dollheads.
United States shipping. If you want a magnet, send me a DM on any social media platform because I don't yet have a online way set up for you to buy a magnet.
Well, we'll get there.
We'll get there.
You know, till then.
All right, the cast.
Yes, this was written by John Hughes.
Yes, which this is probably why it's one of my favorite from the Christmas movies.
I do love it. So we've got Chevy Chase as Clark W. Griswold.
Beverly D'Angelo as Ellen Griswold.
Juliette Lewis, Audrey.
And her most normal person performance ever, I think.
I know. I think
she's just
right.
a regular old girl in this.
She's just a teenage gal.
Johnny Galecki as Rusty.
We've got Randy Quaid
Cousin
as
Eddie
himself.
Yes, as who he now is, Cousin Eddie. Miriam Flynn as Cousin Catherine.
Oh, yes. Then we've got Julia Louis-Dreyfus
as Margo.
And Nicholas Guest, who
both of us in this moment went.
I was like, oh, I wonder if that's a relative of Christopher Guest because he looks just fucking like him. Yes, that's his brother.
You guys, that's Christopher Guest's brother as Todd.
Obviously, because they look like twins.
And then we've got Doris Roberts as Frances, Ellen's mom, and William Hickey. No, that's Lewis. Hold up.
Oh.
I went ahead of myself. E.G. Marshall as Art.
Right.
Ellen's dad.
Mm-hmm. Brian Doyle Murray as Mr. Frank Shirley.
William Hickey as Lewis.
Mm-hmm. And Mae Questel as Aunt Bethany, who is the original Betty Boop.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Diane Ladd as Nora, Clark's mom.
Oh, yes. And what was it?
John Randolph as Clark Sr., which I don't think I've seen the other National Lampoons, but I never realized he was a Clark Jr. until this movie, I don't think.
And I didn't know that the Clark W. Griswold W standed for Wilhelm.
I didn't know that.
Because it said it in the cast list.
Oh, there you go.
As Clark Wilhelm Griswold Sr.
And so written by John Hughes and also soundtrack by Angelo Badalamenti. Because that makes sense. National Lampoons and David Lynch.
Right.
Go hand in hand, right?
It was spooky as fuck.
I mean, we like them both, so I guess.
I mean, why not?
I didn't even realize Angelo Badalamenti was like that deep into my childhood.
Right. Seriously, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's how Cousin Eddie got there, is he was traveling along the Lost Highway.
On the Lost Highway, on that fucking shitty RV.
Yes.
So, yeah, this movie was big in my childhood.
Oh, yeah. Still,
Christmas.
I still watch it every Christmas.
My Uncle Bill brought the VHS, then the DVD.
Yep.
To Christmas every year.
My DVD copy is a Blockbuster copy.
Nice. Nice. I watched this on HBO Max. I was thinking... When we do actually find these on a streaming service, we maybe should, for the audience, mention it's like available right now on this particular streaming service for free. So right now, in this moment, which is way in advance of Christmas.
That's true. It's the beginning of December.
It is available on HBO Max.
But yes, it is at this moment available.
And so, yeah, I have very fond memories of this movie.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
It doesn't matter how big of a dick Chevy Chase turned out to be. I will always have fond memories of this movie.
Because, I mean, like, he's a good dad.
Has Clark Griswold. Oh, I'm going to have a hard time with that one. That's Clark a tongue twister.
The Grizz.
The Grizz. So, you hear that sleigh?
Yep.
Santa's on his way. Hip, hip, hooray.
It's Christmas vacation.
And we get what we love the most, an animated opening.
Christmas vacation. Christmas vacation.
And we
all
see
kinds of shit happens
poor
to
Santa getting fucked up Griswold style in the opening.
He's getting fucked up Griswold style.
He sure is.
Oh.
So yes, we get our lovely animated opening of Santa, which we love. It makes us feel so Christmassy.
Yes, I'm in the mood.
And as you'll find out next episode, so New Year's Eve.
Yes,
because we will also have an animated opening in our New Year's Eve.
We
movie.
do. That's
I
true.
didn't even think about that.
That's a lot of animated openings.
Those are our favorites.
I love them. They're my favorite.
That's my favorite. I'm the Space Princess.
Oh my God.
So we open on a snowy road.
Yep, they're out there in the station wagon.
Out there in the shaggin'
oh,
wagon.
Come let us adore him. Like, oh my God,
and the kids in the back seat, like, fucking shut up. And my parents didn't do this.
No,
did your parents do Carol?
No. I could not
do family singing.
There was none of that. My dad was like, shut up.
Yeah. My whole family was the kids in the back seat looking disgusted, rolling their eyes.
No, yeah, exactly.
We were like in the new Christmas Story Christmas movie where they hide from the carolers.
Yes,
that would have
exactly
been us.
Correct.
Yeah,
that's the only way to deal with it. I couldn't imagine.
We've never had carolers come to our house.
No, but there's only.
We talked about that in the Gremlins episode.
Yeah,
right?
last year we talked about carolers and how we don't like it either.
No,
which in fact that was the most relatable part of that Christmas Story.
Was the hiding from the carolers? Yeah.
Anyhow,
so the dad, Chevy Clark, explains that they're heading to the country to cut down their very own Griswold family Christmas tree.
Right, they're kicking off the good old family Christmas with going out to select the tree and the Griswold family Christmas tree. And here come the rednecks riding all close on his tail. And it's like, really? Like what?
And he does this whole thing where like he doesn't want them to pass him, and now
just let him go.
I'm not trying to be sexist. But this is a man thing, right?
I don't know what
this whole like I don't want someone to pass me on the road.
Well, like your kids are in the car. Your wife's telling you to knock it the fuck off. They probably got a gun rack. Like what the fuck?
And so like they finally get around him. They hard brake in front of him, causing him to careen around. And now he's extra pissed. He takes off after them.
Hey kids, look, a deer.
Burn dust, eat my rubber.
Dad, I actually think that's burn rubber and eat my dust.
Whatever, Russ.
Whatever.
And so he gets past him, he gets past him, and the truck catches up and tries to pass again. And there's this logging truck.
Right. There's that Final Destination 2 truck coming up behind him.
And what's
she's
worse
like, Clark,
than being behind it?
Right.
Being under it.
She's like, Clark, stop it. I don't want to spend the holidays dead.
So, so he passes them, eat my road grit, liver lips.
His, like, face when he switches lanes, like, oh, like, right
so cocky.
Without a care in the world.
And everyone else in the car sees that he is under the logging truck.
Yep. He's like,
Ellen starts to pray. Forgive my husband. He knows not what he does.
Yeah. And forgive my husband.
So he veers out from under the truck, which launches them, luckily, coincidentally, right into this tree lot, apparently.
But, like, not into this snow shredder? Like, what even is that? It's it was crazy.
Yeah, we don't live where it snows, y'all.
I don't know what that is.
Was that machine?
So they go out into the goddamn wilderness, like in knee-deep
And so
snow.
this is not a tree lot.
No, they went out into the wilderness.
They walked for a long time.
Yes.
You didn't at any point before you got to this tree bathed in light realize you had no way to cut down this tree?
He wasn't thinking about that.
Your daughter's eyes are frozen
She'll
open.
see it later, honey. Her eyes are frozen.
Poor Juliette.
It was like with the kissing kin and the thimble of the heathen.
And then and so he dug this out by hand.
Well, they dug that motherfucker out of the ground.
The roots were like 10 feet wide.
Girl,
I don't know how they did
it's
this.
the Griswold family Christmas
It's
tree.
magic.
I mean, like,
it's
what?
magical.
He had a chainsaw at home. He didn't think to bring that.
Nope. So prepared and yet not prepared
Not
at all,
at all.
which is, what the Griswolds are known for.
Exactly. So now the neighbors roll up as Clark is trimming this tree down with his chainsaw and the hockey mask.
Looking like Jason.
Right. He's like, hey, where do you think you're going to put a tree that big?
Bend over and I'll show you.
Got a lot of nerve talking to me like that, Griswold.
I wasn't talking to you.
Ha! Todd and Margo are dicks.
Starts up the chainsaw.
He's not even going to say shit.
No.
Come on.
No.
He just said that to your wife.
Clark looks crazy as hell.
Right? That's
He's
true.
like, you know what? You
know
got
what?
a chainsaw.
That's
I'll
all
go
right.
Inside.
Margo's had it, but Todd will take it.
So they take this tree inside, and oh, Jesus Christ.
Do you think there's going to be enough room for the angel?
He unleashes it.
And it literally fills the house.
It breaks several windows and a lamp.
A lot of sap in here. Looks great.
Little full.
A lot of sap.
And then him in bed that night with the sap, every
Sticking
magazine
to
page,
tearing out pages.
her hair,
She's saying
the
that,
lamp.
that like her family's coming too, and she's like, oh God, like your mother's gonna accuse my mother of bleaching her mustache or waxing her mustache.
Yes.
Like your mother
waxes her mustache?
Yeah, she always has.
Oh, couldn't tell.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's like, no, he wants a big family Christmas at their house, which
she's like, I don't know, Sparky. You get so excited and like no one
Yeah.
can live up to what
your expectations,
Right.
basically. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he gives her a kiss goodnight, and then, that's when he gets stuck to her hair and the lamp. And
Well, that's what we asked her. Like, well, when have I ever done that? She's like, birthday parties,
Every
weddings,
single-
funerals.
Have you not seen the previous movies to this
Right?
film, Mr. Griswold?
Right? There was the European vacation
Yes,
and
we've
the
had a
other
few of these.
vacation. And they went to Vegas that time.
That was after, but yes.
Mhm.
And the advent calendar opens up,
It's
which I
December
want this advent
14th.
calendar,
I
even though
know.
it doesn't have chocolates in it.
Oh, I know,
It's
with the little
beautiful.
windows.
Little snow,
Yeah.
little icicles coming down.
I want it to make that noise, though. Bling, 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 bling.
Mhm,
bling.
every time you
Oh,
open a door.
So festive.
So we see Clark at work with his Tasmanian devil mug, which I feel like we had one of these.
I have a Marvin the Martian one like that somewhere.
Yes, I feel like I had the Marvin the Martian one for sure.
Definitely. It was the style at the time.
It was the style at the time.
So Clark is talking to Sam McMurray.
Yes,
And
who
he
we've
does not
talked
have
about
a time
before.
to make a racist joke.
He's actually kind of a good guy.
Yeah,
in this movie.
he's not
just Bill,
a
the
bad
coworker.
guy. Right. He's just a dude. So Clark tells him that he's planning on putting in a pool with his bonus check.
Yes,
And he had to put on a $7,500 deposit.
which even in 1989 money,
That's like a lot.
in now money, I
That's
don't
a
have
lot.
$7,500 to be putting no pools in.
Well, he even says later that he doesn't have enough in his
He
account
about
to
to bounce
cover
that
this.
check.
Yeah, like
That's
he
a
can't
rubber
cover
check.
it. It's going bounce.
And the boss brigade heads in.
So when I type this out, I say, "Here come Mr. Churley."
Shirley. Oh, but nobody knows those jokes but
Mr.
us. Those
Shirley.
were off the mic jokes.
That was just for y'all. But anyhow, Mr. Churley. So he needs a write-up on that cereal varnish that Clark has been working on by the end of the day. And Clark thanks him for the Christmas card. And he's like, it's a corporate card.
Yeah, he doesn't
Whatever.
even know they sent any cards.
And then
As they walk away, as the dudes, the yes
Merry
men
Christmas,
file
Merry
away.
Christmas, Merry Christmas. Kiss my ass, kiss his ass, kiss
kiss
your
your
ass,
ass,
Happy
Happy
Hanukkah. So then everyone is out shopping. We see them racking up them credit cards. That brat, brat,
Oh, yeah. We
Those
get the
credit
shopping
cards?
montage at the
Oh,
big
yes.
mall.
And then we see Mary. Can I show you something?
He's just browsing.
I'm just smiling, browsing. Dabs his face with the undies.
For your wife or your girlfriend?
I mean, it wouldn't be the Christmas season if stores weren't any hotter than they are.
It's
I
cold
mean, it's
out.
cold out. It is a bit
Nipply.
I mean, nippy. What am
Did
I
I say
saying?
nipple?
What am I saying? Nipple?
Ooh.
Can I take something out for you? I know. He's losing it.
He's losing his mind.
Wow.
And like your wife's kind of hot. Like you ain't seen a titty in how long?
Come on now. Like
my
Beverly
Lord.
D'Angelo is no slouch. In fact,
She a fine woman.
in that movie, The Sentinel, remember we were talking about that movie, The Sentinel? She full on like masturbates in that movie. You want to see Beverly D'Angelo titties? It's in that movie.
There you go.
So anyhow. And
So he's looking for something for his wife.
yeah,
God rest her soul.
He's like, no, we're not dead. We're divorced.
She doesn't wear any underwear.
Clark, you dog.
What?
You dog. Clark, shut up.
Plenty of adultery days, shopping days left.
Right, like, good golly. 'Tis the season to be merry.
That's my name.
No shit.
And Rusty busts him.
Right, looking at panty lines like you can't see the line,
Showing
can
off
you,
her
Russ?
French cut.
French cut.
I used to ask my kids anytime this movie was on, I was like, if you caught your dad doing this in the store,
Right,
would you
you'd
do
let
the
me
same
know.
thing? You'd let me know.
I don't know if he
Mom.
ever told on her.
That's true. I don't know.
It didn't seem like he did. I think him getting caught by Russ
was enough.
probably enough.
So back at home, the doorbell rings.
Oh, and it has
dong.
begun. Ding dong.
Ding dong. Because it's the doom bell.
Right? It was the doom dong.
Both sets of in-laws have arrived
And
simultaneously.
they're already arguing outside. Merry Christmas!
And moles and burrs and hemorrhoids. Oh my!
And, like,
this is what
Clark's
Christmas
mom
is all about.
does that bizarre thing with his face. Did you notice that? Where she's
What?
like, knock at the door,
Yes,
like on
and
his
she puts her
forehead and
hand
like
in
in
his
his
mouth?
mouth.
I don't know what that is. If your mom did that to you,
I
send
want
us
to
a
know
message.
what that is. I want to know what that is. What is that? Because he looked all excited, like, yes, mom.
Yeah, I have no idea what that was.
Right? She's like, I've got hemorrhoids. Can you believe it? Oh, mother.
And like he immediately is like, I'm going outside for the season.
Well,
And
I'm gonna go
leaves her
park
in
the
there.
cars.
This
Yes!
is your idea, bitch.
I know. And poor Grandma Nora comes through, talk about, I got a real painful burr on my heel and I need rubbed. I'll give you a whole quarter. You hear that, Russ? I'll give Audrey a quarter too.
Oh my God. I didn't used to get a
Nightmare.
quarter for anything like that, but I used
No.
to get a quarter to braid my stepdad's hair. I'll give you 50 cents.
Well, with inflation.
Oh, so Clark and Rusty go outside to put up the house lights.
Which it seems late. If you wanted this good old-fashioned Griswold family Christmas.
You
like,
didn't put
wouldn't-
it up before the
before
in-laws
they
got there?
arrived?
Yeah.
I mean,
And so Todd and Margo come out of their house. They're hoping Clark will fall and break his neck, which he almost immediately does.
I know. Well, Todd's like, well, he'll definitely fall, but I don't think we're lucky enough for him to break his neck.
Accurate.
I know. So yeah, the ladder collapses as soon as he gets to the top. And in the TV room, both papas are napping and smacking in front of the TV.
While the grandmas are making a gingerbread house. And like now,
Frances with the ciggy.
I was going to say she's smoking, right? So
Mhm.
then later when her daughter is smoking in the kitchen and she's like, are you smoking again? Bitch, you
no.
smoke.
Well, because she doesn't want her daughter to smoke.
But you smoke.
She's just
What you
saying
gonna
it.
say, hypocrite?
She's just asking if she is, because then Beverly, that's not her name, Ellen is going to have to join her.
Ah,
She doesn't want to.
that's true.
She's stress
Now come
smoking.
smoke with me. Yeah.
No.
So Audrey's helping mom in the kitchen. She wants grandparents to go stay in the hotel.
Would it be indecent? And what you're telling me that in this house with everything, there is not a peeler? What is she doing? Even I have
What
a
was she
peeler.
using? A knife?
It was like just a knife.
Oh, I
Like
didn't
there's
even
like no
notice.
peeler in this house. Like even I have an ancient peeler. I
Yeah.
don't know where it even came from. It just appeared. We just
I
have
feel
a
like
peeler.
we have the peeler that we got in our wedding registry almost 20 years ago.
I don't know where it came from. I have this old ass peeler and it peels the fuck out of shit.
Yeah, like
It's
I mean,
old.
I'm not using it that often. It's still sharp as fuck.
Yeah, I could probably peel the skin from your ass with this thing.
Oh my God. That makes me want to tell a story, but it is so not Christmassy, so I'm not going to do it. But remind me later to tell you the potato peeler story.
Okay. I remember.
I'm not going to bring
We'll
down
have to
the whole
set it up
audience
to
on
do
Christmas
the
Eve.
we'll have to do a Patreon thing later on.
Yeah, take a note.
So if everybody want to hear the
Take a note
Patreon,
on the whiteboard,
write something about the potato peeler
story.
story because it's right there.
So if you guys want to hear the potato peeler
You got to
story,
pay for it.
you gotta
Anyhow,
pay for it.
So Audrey at least wants him to not answer the phone because Grandpa told Alexander that I was in the bathroom.
Embarrassing.
Oh my God! Like everybody's making sacrifices. Yeah, but do you have to sleep with your brother?
Which,
do you know how
like,
sick and twisted that is?
They've got the grandparents in a bunk bed and the brother and sister in a shared bed. Put the
Right.
grandparents in the shared bed and the brother and sister in the bunk bed.
Right.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I don't know if they've thought this through, but this is when Ellen's looking for her secret smokes.
Yes, and she lights her cig and
she's like,
immediately.
I don't know what to
smoking
say,
again?
except for that it's Christmas and we're all in misery.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
So it is now dark outside, and Clark is still out there on the roof stapling rows and rows of lights.
Every inch of the roof in twinkle lights.
He's got them wrapped all around his ankle.
And of course he falls off the roof and he's left hanging off of the gutter.
And the gutter pulls loose from the house, which sends a giant gutter-shaped ice lance
In through the yuppie's window and onto the stereo.
shattering their entertainment system. And Clark lands in the bushes.
Yep.
And Ellen comes out and is not surprised to hear Clark's voice come from the
Right.
bushes.
She's like, dinner. I like
She
her
just kind of-
sweaters.
Yes.
I like her Christmas sweaters.
But she
I had
just
one like
kinda
that. I don't know
rolls
what
her
happened
eyes
to it.
like, yeah.
Mm.
I don't have any Christmas sweaters either.
Well, no, I mean, it wasn't necessarily a Christmas sweater, but it was like a dark blue with like they kind of look like snowflakes across
Okay.
like one of them.
I used
It
to
was
have
cute.
Christmas sweaters. I need to get some.
But yeah, so anyway, Todd and Margo cannot understand what happened to their house. So
Yeah.
something came through the window, something hit the stereo.
And why is the carpet all wet, Todd?
I don't know, Margo.
But they know it's something to do with the
Right.
fucking Griswolds.
It's gotta be because it's always the fucking Griswolds.
And now, did you notice she was wearing her little shade covers on her glasses at night?
I don't know
She
what
like
she's
pulled
doing.
off her little sunglass things, and it's like
They're
nighttime.
yuppies. What do you want? They
Nothing,
had
I
matching
guess.
baked
Yes,
potato.
they will have matching.
Oh, they
potato
haven't done it
sacks,
yet.
yeah.
That's right. Not yet.
So Clark gets everyone around for the grand lighting of the
Oh.
25,000 lights. Drum
Yeah.
roll, please.
Grandpa's freezing his baguettes off, so hurry up. And he tells them 250 strands of lights, 100 lights per strand, for a grand total of
25,000 lights.
Yeah, imported Italian twinkle lights. I dedicate this house to the Griswold family Christmas. Joy to the world.
Nothing.
Oh, Francis giggles.
Like, and Audrey defends her dad.
Right, like you worked really hard, Grandpa.
His mom is supportive. She can picture it.
Right, it looks beautiful. And like,
His dad says it's just a bad bulb.
yeah, you got to go check through every one of these. And like, Ellen gives him that little finger kiss in the butt chin
In the little
thing.
butt chin.
It's
Yeah.
cute, but also I kind of feel like the deeper those things are, it's kind of like a belly button and it smells like ear cheese.
What?
You know, like when you have
What?
your earrings, like, you know, whatever.
But not
and it's-
in your chin. You
well,
wash
why
your
not?
face
If it
in
was
the shower.
deep enough,
Oh.
you'd have to get a Q-tip in there, right?
Oh my God. I don't know. I don't have that big of a dimple
I don't
in my
either,
chin.
so I don't know. He's got a deep. It's deep.
It is pretty deep.
So, I mean, I don't know what's going on in there. It's got to have its own ecosystem.
So he stays up to try to sort it out. Everybody else goes to bed.
Grandpa's reading a Sassy Mag
Sassy
by Flashlight.
Yes.
Sassy
I had a
magazine.
subscription to
So did
Sassy.
I.
Hell yeah.
I had a subscription to Sassy and YM.
Yes, YM. Young Miss.
Young
Thank
Miss
you very
magazine.
much. I'm sure she also had a subscription to Young Miss.
I'm sure she did. She was on the cover of Young Miss and Sassy.
Yeah,
I believe.
probably. I'm
Juliette
sure.
Lewis.
Ooh, we should find that. Juliette Lewis on the cover of Sassy and Young Miss.
Write that
Juliette
down.
Lewis on the cover of Sassy and Young Miss. I'm pointing at Liana as if she's my slave.
I know. She's like trying to paint. She's got a paintbrush in her mouth.
I know. She's already painting my child's Christmas gift, and yet I'm still pointing at her as if she's
barking orders. Barking orders.
As if we pay her.
Wait, what was that? I forgot.
Juliette Lewis.
YM. Juliette Lewis.
Or Sassy Magazine. Juliette Lewis.
So, Russ is being a fungus. He's all over Audrey.
Right.
One grandpa's awake staring at the ceiling at the poster of the hot lady.
Yep. And everyone is asleep but Clark, checking bulbs.
Yeah, still trying to fix the lights.
And in the morning, Clark sneaks up to the attic to hide gifts, and he finds one from Mother's Day, forgot about, 1983.
So, like, you just found a present that's, 6 years old at this point? Hidden in this dusty crevice. Why are you unbagging all of these wrapped Christmas gifts? And your kids are like 15 and 16 or 13.
You could just put them up there
or something. Just put the bag up there.
Yeah.
Why are you putting them in
because
dusty, cobwebby
he's excited about Christmas, and it's like a thing for him. I don't know.
But that's like, you just realized you have a gift in there that you lost 6 years ago, and yet you're still sliding.
You know what?
That
happened to me once. My grandma had a gift for me that she like had lost or
like
forgotten about, and it was
well.
like a couple years later. She's like, "Oh, I lost this like 2 years ago."
That happened to us, but that's because we were badass kids.
She was like, "Yeah, I lost it."
Yeah. Mom's like, no, I don't know. Somehow that got lost.
Right? I don't know. But anyhow, Frances comes out. She feels a draft.
And now, like, there's clearly somebody in the attic.
I know.
There is absolutely no reason for the attic door to be open and
unless
the ladder
somebody
to be
is
down,
in there.
unless somebody is in there. Like, I feel like she knows Clark's up there.
Oh, I'm sure she does. Because even when they come down to the car, they're all leaving together.
She don't want him to come shopping with them.
No.
She knows somewhere in the back of her mind there's a reason that's open. I know who the fuck's
right.
up
And then
there.
when
She
we can't
closes
find
it up.
Clark,
She knows where the fuck he is.
he's in the attic.
Doris Roberts is trying. She's out. She got one out for him.
Shady
They clearly don't like him, and they've been married for a long
I
fucking
know.
time.
And like do you see the size of that house?
And
He's taking
not a
care of your
bad
daughter.
husband.
Right?
Like, yeah, he's not like
And
the
why?
most suave motherfucker ever, but he loves your daughter. Clearly.
I know. The kids are well adjusted. That's a
Yes.
nice house they live in. He's got a good job.
What's her fucking
What's their
problem?
fucking problem? And
Why
they
you
like
trying to
they love
trap
Cousin
him on
Eddie.
Christmas, yes. That's your fucking whatever sisters or brothers
Right?
kid, Doris, or whoever. That's one
Or
of your
Art's, whatever.
goddamn
Yeah.
relatives.
That's your hillbilly family.
That didn't come from Clark's fucking side.
No. Come on. This
Bullshit.
is bullshit. I'm calling
She traps
shade.
his ass on purpose
I call shade.
in the goddamn attic, and they leave him.
She
and
did not say JK.
No, she did not. So now he's trapped, and everyone's going shopping in town, leaving his ass. And like they say, he has another car, but like that's his car they took. What other car?
Well, because Grandpa Art needs to eat so he could take his back pills because he's addicted to pills.
he is. He's got an opiate
He's a
addiction.
pill head.
And
That's why he's so angry. Then why is he so fucking angry?
Right? Chill the fuck out,
Does
Grandpa
he
Art.
always need his pill?
That happens.
Yeah, he's going through withdrawals. That's what's going on.
So Clark gets that little round window and tries to yell out, but like they're already too far. Nobody hears him.
It's already gone. So he decides to throw on a fur and turban and watch some
Which-
old movies. Girl,
I want
snaps
this
for
fit.
the turban and the fur.
And then
why?
long pink elbow length
Oh,
gloves.
why is this stuff
Hello?
up in the attic?
Whose shit is that?
I know. Bethany's?
Well, but like, so for just a second, I thought, okay, this must be like his parents' old house because like there's those old reel-to-reels and there's this
Maybe.
thing. But you don't just give your kids your fucking house you live in that you paid for. So like,
Right, because where
that's
did they
their
go?
house they bought. So how did he
Right.
end up with some turban and fur and all
I
these
don't
reels? I don't know.
I don't know. You just end up with shit somehow, some way, I guess. I don't know. I feel like it's Aunt Bethany's just because Bethany comes with that
looks
hat
like her
later.
style. Yeah, that looks like
She
her
was wearing
style.
fur later. But why is that still? Why wasn't
But why does
Audrey up
Clark
there
have
going
it?
through?
Yeah. I'd be
all
wearing
these-
that shit.
Hell the fuck yeah, I would. I'd be going through all those treasures up there.
It was that easy to get in the attic?
I know.
You just pull one little string and you up there and all the treasure?
Doris Roberts can't be there all the time to lock you in there.
No.
Just during Christmas.
And they didn't fly in. Like, it doesn't show how they got there, but, like, at that point later where everything's getting crazy and they're just going to bail, they can't have plane tickets. They must have driven in.
But he says, I'm going to fly you all back for the...
That's confusing.
I don't know. I don't think we're supposed to think too hard about it.
We're not. So they take him off. So they take off. He does the classic cartoon board stomp to his own face repeatedly.
Oh, yes.
Which, I mean, I don't have an attic, but I know you're not supposed to walk between the solid beams, number one. Number two, what were the loose 2x4s just laying across the solid beams that were smacking him in the face? No, because those would do that. They would smack you in
not
the
if
face.
you don't. I mean, if you stand on the end of it, yeah. But if you like walk across,
I think you're just supposed to walk on the beams.
Well, yes, you're supposed to walk on the. I don't know.
But so
Nicole,
after he
I
gets smacked a bunch of times, he decides to walk between the beams, which means he falls through the ceiling,
right through
onto
the
the bunk
poster,
bed.
onto the bunk bed,
And why doesn't he stay there? He's warm. He's getting a
or
little
like
heat
because
from
he got
the house.
bored. They were gone for a long time, but I mean, really, the damage is done. Just complete the hole and get back in the house.
Right? You already fucked up the ceiling.
Just make a hole.
Put your weight down and fucking get down onto
pull
the
your
bed.
foot up and put it through, and now you're in the fucking house.
Yeah, that doesn't. Some of the. I mean, it's a comedy.
I know we're not.
Sense.
Like I said, I don't think we're supposed to ask too many questions.
Yeah. So he starts watching these old family movies from the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets all misty-eyed watching these old films.
There's that wig on Grandma Nora.
And Uncle Louis is already a dick way back in the 50s.
Right, way back then.
I
His
wonder
dad,
if
too,
those gifts
like
in the
smacking
trunk
him.
were still full of cat food and live cats.
That was before they
trunk.
lost their minds.
And so then they come home from shopping.
Yeah.
And open the attic door to put their things away. Why would he have sat on the goddamn attic door?
I don't know, because it's funny.
And like he would have died. He would have.
I know,
broken
like
a
that would
bone
have
for
been
sure.
like a serious injury.
To fall from the attic onto the floor
Just
straight
loose?
up from a sitting
well, that's
position,
because he wasn't like tense or nothing. He was all relaxed and reminiscing.
Ooh.
Relaxed and reminiscing.
And so before we get to, I don't know, I'm drunk. The next part of the
I don't know
movie.
the next part of the movie after we've fallen through the attic door.
We're gonna take a quick break.
We'll take a quick break.
We'll be right back.
Pour ourselves another drink. I don't know.
We'll be right back. And we're back.
And now the yuppies have returned in their baked potato jogging suits.
And Clark is outside trying to fix the light still.
Mm-hmm.
Sparky.
Right. She's like, are you out here for real? Or are you like avoiding the family?
And so she comes to check on him, and like even the small lights are not working.
Yeah,
so it's
the
not
Santa
about
and the
a dead
reindeer.
bulb.
No, he's like, she's like, well, is it plugged in? He's like, really? Do you think I would have checked hundreds of lights without first checking to plug it in? She's like, kind of. Yeah, I mean, maybe.
So she starts checking the cord outside, and he heads to the outlet.
Right. He goes around the back to go check, and now the yuppies settle in for some yuppie sex.
Yes, they're getting romantic.
Mm-hmm, with a Chardonnay.
When Grandma turns on the inside garage light,
And
the
bam!
house lights light up like a fucking star.
Bright as fuck, blinding the yuppies in their curtainless room.
And all the power in the city ebbs.
You could see it from space.
Grandma shuts the switch off and everything goes out.
Well, first Ellen's like, "Oh my God, like come out, quick,"
right?
you know,
she
whatever,
sees it,
and then it's
and
gone.
no one else but Ellen sees it.
Right.
Well, and the yuppies,
of course. So he comes back around as Ellen goes back into the house, and she again goes out there to check all the plugs. That's like this massive set of like plugs on plugs on
Which,
plugs
oh
on plugs.
my God. That's so dangerous.
I mean, you thought yours was bad.
I thought mine was bad. This is at least 4 times as bad as my power.
Yes, this is way worse. So she turns it on. He sees it now. And he's like, everybody.
Yes, he calls everybody out to see, and they get all their coats, and they come out, and nothing.
No, she's turned the light off. And now, like, the yuppies are having a real bad night.
Todd's tripping down the stairs.
Yes.
Things are breaking in the house. They can't see. They can see. They can't see.
Right. Clark's kicking the shit out of the Santa and the deer with a karate chop.
And Ellen finally realizes, like a light bulb, like
she's the real MVP.
It's the fucking switch.
It's the
like,
switch. Like,
I know
oh,
what
duh.
this is.
And hallelujah.
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 And the fam all comes out to see.
Wow,
And it's incredible.
He's crying and accepting the accolades from his folks. Like, Dad, you taught me everything I know about exterior illumination.
And Margo, meanwhile, is crying and scrubbing
My
the carpet next
carpet.
door.
And Art's like, the little lights aren't twinkling.
Of
Like,
course.
I know that, Art. Thanks for noticing.
But his dad's like, it's a beaut, Clark.
It's a beaut, a real beaut. And it's like, hey, the house sure looks swell.
Thanks, Eddie.
Eddie.
Catherine?
Surprise. Eddie?
All
Eddie?
of a sudden,
Oh,
Randy
shit.
Quaid's there.
Here's Randy Quaid, everybody.
Come on, kids. Look at what Uncle Clark's done to the house.
Oh, and here come Rocky and Ruby Sue, and Grandpa wants a kiss. He's like, maybe take a rain check on that, Art. He's got an unidentified lip fungus.
Ruby Sue's eyes aren't crossed anymore.
She falls down a well, her eyes go cross. She gets kicked by a mule, they go back to normal. I don't know.
And here's our dog, Snots.
He's our real pride and joy. He's got a sinus condition.
Ugh.
And yeah, roll over and let
dog.
Uncle Clark rub your belly. Never seen a set like
Talking about the dog's balls.
That's so, oh my
and
God.
Catherine's like, we were going to call.
Yeah, she seems,
But Eddie wanted
Catherine
it to be a
seems kind of
surprise.
sweet.
And so, like, is Catherine Ellen's cousin or is Eddie Catherine's cousin? Or I mean, is Eddie Ellen's cousin? It's Catherine. Catherine's Ellen's
she's
cousin,
the-
and
okay.
Eddie is her husband.
Okay.
So she's only related to Catherine.
Oh, is that why he goes in for like a tongue kiss or something on her?
I
She's like,
guess,
nope,
yeah.
nope, I don't want to kiss you.
And he asks Clark if he's surprised.
Oh, I couldn't be more surprised if I was
woke up tomorrow
sewn
with
to
my
the
head
carpet.
sewn to the carpet.
Oh boy.
So Eddie and Catherine decide they'll stay in the RV if they can take the kids inside the house. So in the
They'll
house,
have some alone time.
Yes, Snots is drinking water out of the tree.
Don't let him drink out of the tree. The tree will dry up, and he's out there in his holiday finest with that black dickie and the white
and that
sweater.
white turtleneck.
Oh man!
And these moose mugs. I
Yes.
have one. We have just one. I can't afford the whole set.
I know. I don't have that. I have a tree ornament. That's the moose cup
Nice.
that goes on the tree. That's the best I could do. I can't afford. Oh yes. Well, you have the blessing. We'll get there.
Yes, Liana is wearing her blessing shirt, which we'll get to.
Blessing.
And I have a note about the white sweater and the black dickie.
Yes.
It's called fashion, Brenda. Look it up.
Yeah. He's in his top dollar finest. Those
He
shoes, the polyester.
And he talks about why their older kids are not present.
Oh, yeah. We got the daughter in the clinic kicking the wild turkey. And the older boy, he's prepping for his career. College? No, carnival.
Carney. Yeah.
Eddie is chugging on this nog. He's like, can I get you something to eat, something to drink, drive you out to the middle of nowhere, leave you for dead?
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
So we borrowed this RV off a buddy.
Right,
He took
but-
my house for
Yeah.
the RV.
Yeah, it looks so good parked out in the driveway.
Don't go fall in love with it. We're taking it with us when we leave next month. It's December 18th, and
Yep.
they're leaving next month.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell.
Well,
to the
everybody is
knob.
already staying until Christmas. That's a long fucking time to
That
have
is a
house
long
guests.
time. I've never had house guests that long.
No. Mm-mm.
So then we get to the boss yelling at someone on the phone the next day.
Right.
Clark comes in to deliver his gift, and it is identical
This simp
to every other gift the
kissing
employees
this
have
man's
left.
ass. He probably had more respect for him if he didn't have his face up his ass all the
Right?
time.
If you'll excuse me, I'm in the middle of an important call.
Yeah, get me somebody while I'm waiting.
Anybody, give me somebody while I'm waiting.
Yeah. So later on, they're out sledding, and
Lord.
Clark is using this cooking oil to rub down the sled to make it faster. And Eddie won't do it due to his metal plate that he got replaced with a plastic one. Because every time Catherine would use the microwave, he'd piss his pants and forget who he was for a half hour.
And he's only worried that it will mess up his hair.
Well, if it gets dented, it's right under my part. But right here, right underneath my head here, if it gets dent, my hair just won't lay right.
That's true.
Well, you know.
And now I've only really been sledding once, and I did not put
No.
the non-caloric whatever
Right,
the
cooking
fuck
oil, the
kitchen
experimental-
lubricant. Yes, on my sled.
Mm-mm.
And I tell you what,
I didn't use a metal sled either.
no, I had a plastic sled, but it was the same. It was the
Yeah.
round sled.
Oh no, I went on it was a toboggan.
No, I went on that same circular sled but plastic. People that were not my parents took me sledding, like babysitters.
You and your babysitter stories.
Me and my babysitter stories, dude. Hey, when your mom sells weed, you get a lot of free babysitting.
You get a lot of babysitter stories?
She probably was paying an ounce per week of babysitting.
In 80s prices?
In the 80s, yeah.
She was handing out 2-finger lids for these stories that you're telling us.
Seriously. Fucking dime bags for these stories. So it was probably the year this movie came out. I was about 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I went sledding with some babysitters, and we were done sledding for the day on the normal, like, regulated sledding hills, and I pulled the Clark Griswold, and I found a hill just randomly off the side of a snowy road that I decided was worthy of sledding, and they were like, no, like, it's not that's not a good
idea.
Well, I was like, well, but if I just go,
they can't stop
me. What are they
me.
going to do? So I went, and it was much like this scene with the trees.
You take the fuck off.
Where it was a super fucking steep slope, and I didn't know because it's covered in snow, was a slope down to someone's house. So I take off fucking 30 miles per hour down this hill. And there's trees, like, bam, 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 where I had to, like, let go of my sled and grab a tree.
Oh, shit.
Like, because I was going straight down at, like, a 75-degree angle. And you could see a house at the bottom of the hill. And so the wife of the babysitting couple comes after me. And she's a bit overweight. And she comes blasting fucking down the fucking hill and loses her sled and is hanging onto a tree. Then the husband on his toboggan comes blasting down the hill.
No.
Loses his toboggan, is holding onto a tree, and finally their 15-year-old son is the remaining person at the top of the hill.
The responsible individual.
He finds a rope in the back of the minivan.
Oh no.
And he drags us all with a rope.
Wow.
Back up the hill. Yeah, so that is I couldn't go running up that hill. I definitely resonated with this film.
You didn't make a deal with God?
No, I did not. I didn't
then.
run up the hill.
You didn't run up that hill.
I was dragged up the hill.
Oh, my God. So, and I also wonder if, like, the whole metal plate, plastic plate thing is what happened to Randy Quaid in real life.
Is that what's wrong with Randy Quaid's brain?
I think he was around too many microwaves.
He's still wrong, right? Like,
yeah,
that's the last we've heard is he's wrong in the head?
He's definitely wrong in the head.
So Clark tries his sled first.
Yes. He's like, yeah, don't try this at home.
Later, dudes.
He
thinks he's us.
Hang 10. He thinks he's us.
Later doomers. He's a later doomers, and he fucking blasts off like a bullet.
Yeah, I think he set that record he was talking about.
And like sledding at night normally recommended.
Well, because where they were, it seemed like it was lit. Like there was other people sledding. Like it was a sledding area.
But he just immediately out of the sledding area.
Well, because he went so fast. He went across the highway, like into a Walmart parking lot, into
through
the
an
trash.
ice fishing cabin, and like, but how does where he land is visible from where he started? Because they're like,
bingo.
Yeah,
I don't know. Because they heard a commotion.
So he went in a circle.
I don't know.
And he apparently did not get injured at all. No, the next day he's in the office.
Back at work. It's the last work day of the year from him. And his buddy asked him, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "No, I haven't received my bonus yet. Have you received your bonus?" He was like, "Nah, my kid said something came. So that's probably it. It's probably at home waiting for you, you know." And then I guess it makes sense that he wouldn't have talked to him again.
Right. Because
like that guy wouldn't have called him. Like they're not like friends enough to where he would have called him. Like, you will not fucking believe what I got when I got home, dude.
I guess not. Yeah. Because you would have think he would have had some heads up, especially since
it
was a day late.
Yeah, because his was lost. The other guy seemed to have gotten his. Like, I would imagine that people would have called, like...
It would have been,
bro,
on the telephone game.
It's a jelly of the fucking month club.
For
Spoiler alert. Sorry, guys.
And like, do you get a model pool when you order a pool to be put
I
in
don't
your
know.
house?
Did he buy that separately? Like he's playing
I want
with
one.
It?
Like,
I
remember
want
the
one
tiny
too.
tents?
Yes.
I want a fucking tiny tent to this day.
Yes.
Look, you guys, if anybody listening works for a tent place that used to make the tiny tents that they sent to the stores to advertise the tents, we want a tiny tent.
We want a tiny tent.
Please. We
tiny
have little
tent
toys
for Tiny Tim.
that need to go in tiny tents.
We need a tiny tent for our tiny toys.
If we're going to do toys for twats.
We need a tent to put them.
We need a tent for twat toys.
Toys for
twat
twats.
toy tent for toys for twats.
We'll get the little pool to go outside of it.
Yes.
It'll be fun.
So back at home, he is having a little night daydream.
A little pool fantasy
About
with
the
a nod to
pool.
Fast Times.
Yes, definitely. The
Eddie's
family's frolicking around the pool.
Out there on the diving board with his tank top tucked into his Speedo. And I fucking hate this song. I
Which
hate
song
this
is this?
fucking
This was the-
Melikaliki Mucka. I fucking hate that Hawaiian
Melikaliki
Christmas
Mucka
song.
is
I hate
the
this fucking
place
song.
to
I hate it.
Okay. And now, is this Mary from the mall?
Yes. It's
Okay.
Mary from the Mall. Nicolette Scorsese?
Yes. Which is she a Scorsese?
I don't think so. I looked it up. It didn't say nothing.
No.
That's just her name.
So suddenly Cousin Eddie turns into Mary from the mall in her red bathing suit.
Mm-hmm. She comes out and it's Santa Claus. Is
Oh,
you
yeah,
Santa
Ruby
Claus?
Rose
She interrupts
scares him.
Ruby Sue. She interrupts
Ruby
his
Sue.
fantasy. And she thinks it's Santa Claus because he's got his red robe on.
And her and Rocky are nervous. They're shitting bricks.
Yep. And he's like, sorry, you shouldn't say that. She's like, sorry,
Shitting
shitting
rocks.
rocks. And she basically tells him that Santa Claus never shows up to their house. Like, we don't get squat. We're
Sad
good all
as
year.
fuck.
I know. It's like really sad.
Sometimes I think that Santa's crap.
Right?
Just
Like,
bull.
we're good all year long and we still don't get nothing.
Still got the shaft.
Right? And he's like, I'm pretty sure. Like, I happen to know that
He
this
comes to
year-
our house every
He
year.
comes to our house every year, so you're going to get something. So go ahead and go back on to bed.
So he gives her a little hug, sends her to
Mhm.
bed.
It's a sweet little moment.
Are you sure you ain't Santa Claus?
Yeah, I'm sure. Can't even afford to be an elf.
So the next morning, Clark comes down to find the chaos breakfast.
Arguments are happening. Eddie's out there emptying the septic tank, and he's like, oh, I'm out in the majesty of a winter's morning, and some asshole in his bathrobe is emptying a chemical toilet.
Shitter was full.
Merry Christmas. Shitter's full.
Is a storm sewer. If it fills with gas, I pity the fool who lights a
He
match.
pity the
near it.
fool.
Pity the fool.
So Eddie,
Todd
he-
comes out
he's
and
like-
sees Eddie.
right, he like stops short.
Like,
and
what
turns.
the fuck? Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Yeah, and Merry Christmas, shitter's full. And like Eddie pulls that burnt out sled from the trash.
He's like, yeah, I might need this for
I might
something.
use this. And like Ellen is talking to Clark about, yeah, he's got no gifts for the kids.
He's been out of work for almost 7 years.
You know, Catherine says he's holding out for a management position. And her face, Beverly D'Angelo's face
She
as
gives-
Ellen Griswold.
She gives great face.
She gives you face. She gives you the face because you know, like, that's exactly the same face you would make if you're like, he's holding out for a management position.
And
Really?
And when the next scene is them at the store and him loading the cart
With dog
so much
food.
dog food. You're telling him you can't afford even one gift for your children, but your dog needs what? What is that?
That's so much
150
food.
pounds of fucking dog
Well,
food?
like he did say that Snots was their pride and joy.
Oh, that's so sad.
And they got 2 older children. Like, these aren't even their only kids.
He admits to Clark that they did not borrow this RV. It's their house.
They've been living in it.
They sent all their money to a TV preacher, which, like, you don't seem religious.
No, but he do seem stupid.
He do seem stupid. So, yeah, Clark offers to get the kids gifts, and at first Eddie's like, no,
I can't take that.
But here's my
charity.
list, alphabetical, starting with Catherine, which is
Right?
not one of the
No,
kids.
Catherine's not one of the children.
And I want you to get yourself something really nice from us. So
well,
in
I thought
addition
she
to
said
buying-
that he was going to get him something real
No,
nice.
he
Like,
wants
I'd like
him
you
to pay for it. He wants them to
Something
get something nice from
real
them
nice.
to himself or
Okay,
whatever. So,
all
like, he
right.
wants there to be something under the tree from Eddie to Clark's family
okay.
that Clark
I
paid for.
misinterpreted that
That
because
was
I
my
thought that he
interpretation.
was gonna get him something somehow, some way. He was gonna get him something real
Girl,
nice.
the gas money ran out about Tucson.
I
or
know.
whatever
That's
he
what he said. He
said.
coasting into
He
town
got-
on fumes. That's why they can't leave. Fuck, dude.
Oh, when we leave next month.
Well, they can't leave at all.
Ugh.
Man, that's what he's gonna get him, a couple things of gas.
And
He's gonna
it's-
fill up the RV like fuck
that's
off.
what you get. So it is Christmas Eve,
It is December 24th.
which it is right now.
Oh, that's right. It's Christmas Eve right now.
And Aunt Bethany and Uncle Louis arrive for dinner.
Is your house on fire, Clark?
Louis takes off his hat with his hair still in it. Bethany's losing her damn mind.
Right? Like, you didn't have to get me anything. Aw, damn it, Bethany. He guessed it.
You shouldn't have done that. Oh, dear. Did I break wind? Jesus, did the room clear out?
Room clear out.
No, she means presents.
The
You shouldn't have brought presents.
Oh, God. Russ notices that there's something up with the gifts. And the box is meowing.
And Clark shakes the shit out of this box that clearly
Oh, God. She
has a
wrapped up
cat
the
in
goddamn cat.
it. Go and wrap it.
Oh, and this one's leaking.
Yes,
It's lime.
Jello.
That'd be her Jello mold. I'll take that one. So yeah, go on in there, Aunt Bethany. Go say hi to everybody.
Thank God I have no relatives like this yet. That have
No,
dementia.
not yet. But my mom.
It's coming. It's coming. But so far, I haven't had any cats wrapped in gifts yet.
No, she doesn't have a cat, so I don't think
That ain't gonna happen.
No.
So Eddie brings it. Oh no! That's what he brought the gift that was leaking. So they do a toast. It's Aunt Bethany's 80th Christmas.
So why don't you say grace?
Grace?
Didn't she
passed
pass away 30 years
ago.
ago? The blessing.
So they bow their heads, and she pledges allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
Of the United States of America. And Eddie
stands up and puts his hand on his heart.
Everybody says the pledge.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
If this turkey looks half as good as it looks, or tastes half as good as it looks, I think we're all in for
save
a real
the neck
treat.
for me, Clark.
Okay, Eddie.
And it just bursts open, smoking.
Dry.
And Catherine immediately.
Why are you crying?
I told you we put it in too early.
Oh, God. Here's the heart.
And they're sitting around fucking
Chewing
crunching
like
on this
gingerly
jerky.
on this dry ass turkey, and there's cat food on the Jello mold that Eddie loves.
And the dog under there.
Oh, he's just yakking on a bone.
He got it up now.
No, he got it up now. And then Clark tells the kids, "Oh, an airline pilot spotted Santa's sleigh. You serious, Clark?"
Eddie, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, Eddie.
So the dog has just been through the trash, and
Right.
Clark and Ellen are in there cleaning up when Uncle Louis is like,
Hey, Grizz, if you're not doing anything constructive, why don't you go to the living room and get me my stogie?
Which, like, is this not the same character from Tales from the Dark Side?
Yes,
swear
because
to
I
God.
always think of that guy. I can
It's
never
the
see
same
that guy
guy.
without seeing a fucking cat crawling in and out of his mouth.
Yes, it's the
Oh,
same
I
guy.
hate it so much. She's like, calm down.
It may be his last Christmas.
If he keeps it up, this will be his last Christmas.
So he goes in for the cigars, and the tree lights go off.
Right, because the cat has unplugged the lights and is dragging them under the chair.
Clark goes in to plug them back in.
Oh.
Ooh, if that thing had 9 lives, she just spent them all. They find just the fried remnants of the cat under the chair.
God. So now they take the chair out, and Eddie's like, I think I could probably salvage something like that.
Right? He wants to fumigate it, which why do you want to fumigate
I
it?
know.
Isn't it fumigating for bugs? It didn't have bugs. It's just burnt.
I don't know. But Clark asked him, like, you smell something? He's like, yeah, fried pussycat.
No, some kind of gas
kind
is
of
coming from the
gas.
sewer.
Ooh.
It's like Tommy knockers in there.
It is. It's glowing.
Mm-hmm.
What was he shitting?
Right?
Wow.
Damn.
So Clark finally sits down for dessert as Uncle Louis burns out his tree.
He lights his cigar and just
whoosh, my tree.
fucking fireball shoots out.
Oh my God. And now Uncle Louis is on fire.
Look what you've done to my tree.
It was an ugly tree anyway.
Clark tackles him with the drapes.
Right.
And yeah, he does not give a fuck. He's
Dad's
just
going
like,
to flip out. So now there's a knock at the door.
It's the delivery guy.
Oh, I forgot. I've got a delivery for Clark W. It
Yeah,
fell between the seats. And I didn't see it. I'm sorry. Merry Christmas. So he's like, oh, this is it. This is the bonus I've been waiting for. And I was going to wait until tomorrow, but I might as well tell you now.
Oh, it came, his reservation for the nut house?
Right? He's like, no, I plan to put in a pool And if there's enough left over, I'm going to fly you all back out here for the dedication.
Cheers all around.
Right. And he's like, and it's a good thing this showed up because up until today, I wasn't sure that I had to put the deposit down before the ground thawed. And I don't have enough money in my account to cover it.
So he opens the envelope and is not happy.
He's speechless. It's more than you expected?
No.
It's a 1-year membership to the Jelly of the Month Club.
Clark, it's a gift that keeps on giving the whole year.
That it is, Edward. That it is.
This isn't the biggest bag over the head punch in the
face
face
I ever got. God damn it!
He dips his moose cup in the nog bowl.
It's just a
and
regular
swigs.
cup. I thought that
Oh, no,
too,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's
It
just a
wasn't the moose
regular
cup.
one.
It
Yeah.
was a regular
It's
cup.
like, it's good. It's good. It's like, yeah, if anyone's looking for a last minute gift idea for me, I'd have one. Like Frank Shirley, my boss here tonight. I want him barred from his happy holiday slumber with a big ribbon on his head. And I want to tell him he's a cheap, lying, rotten, floor-fleshing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of shit or sack of monkey shit he is. Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol? And Eddie hatches a plan.
And my note here is just, I hope you have this rant. Because I did not write it down.
I paused in between because, I got my subtitles.
And before we get to the finale of this episode, let's
Is it
make it a
two?
Christmas double breaker.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
We'll be right back. And we are back.
And Clark's got a crazed look in his eye, and he goes for the chainsaw.
And Russ is like trying to get him to change his mind.
Trying
He's
to
like,
talk
"Nope."
him down. Good talk, Dad.
He goes and cuts down a tree in their yard, and Margo's at the same time talking to Todd about being
aren't
sad
you
they
just a
didn't
little
get
bit
a tree.
sad that we didn't get, even though they're messy and shitty and whatever, like their whole house is gross decor.
Right? And then this Christmas tree comes crashing through their window.
Through their window. Clark is up there dressed as Santa with his chainsaw. And he was like, well, we needed a tree. Lewis burned mine down, so I got another one.
I'm not freaking out. I'm just solving a problem.
We needed the thing, so I got it. And he goes out, finds that loose newel post and fix the newel post.
Yep. No
Takes
problem.
it right off of there. So now Clark's down there fixing out the burned out gifts.
Rewraps everything in newspaper, puts them under the new tree.
Right. And Bethany hears something.
You couldn't hear a dump truck driving through a nitroglycerin plant.
Clark's like, no, I hear it too.
And
Like,
wait a
what
minute.
is that?
What's in the tree? Fucking squirrel!
It's a fucking squirrel. The squirrel will take revenge on its family getting its home taken into the house. And Nora just falls on the floor. Mom, don't move.
Where's Eddie? He usually eats these goddamn things.
Well, actually, he read something that squirrels are really high in cholesterol.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll just catch it in my coat and smack it with a hammer.
Yeah, Russ, go give me the hammer. What for? I'm going to catch it in my coat and hit it with the hammer. Ah!
So he's going in. His dad's coming with
I'm
him.
going with him. They're like, is it gone? He probably got scared and ran back into the tree. And the squirrel is on the back of his jacket. Is squirrel!
They all run screaming again, and Snots comes tearing after the
Snots
squirrel.
to the rescue, but he's destroying
He is
everything.
fucking up this whole house.
The china cabinet. Oh. So Margo is telling Todd to march over there and slug that creep in the face.
He's not going to do it.
So if you won't do it, I will. And is she wearing La Croix?
Oh, I didn't notice.
It looked like La Croix.
Is that La Croix?
Is that La Croix? Then I love it. But right as she goes over there, he's not man enough to solve the problem. She's going over there. And as soon as she does, open the door, out comes the squirrel under her. Ah!
And the dog. And he
Clark just
clearly
closes
saw
the door.
her, right?
Yeah, he did. He's like, oh, it's gone.
He does not give a fuck.
He don't
about
like
these
her.
yuppie neighbors.
He don't like her. They don't like him.
I want to see the story of normally all year round what Todd
what
and
it's
Margo do to the fucking Griswolds that he does not give a fuck about crashing trees through their fucking windows.
Like
and
what?
shit.
What is the year-long feud? I wonder.
Yeah,
Do
there
they
has
just
to be
ignore each
something.
other the rest of the year because he's not doing all that crazy Christmas shit?
I don't know. And so she comes home all fucking shredded to Todd.
Yeah. And he's like, what happened? And she just lays him the fuck out.
And the Griswold house is destroyed. Everyone's trying to leave.
No one's walking out of here.
We're all in this together.
We're going to have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny fucking Kaye.
And if you don't know who Bing Crosby or Danny fucking Kaye are, you're too young for this show.
Apparently. We're too young for Bing Crosby and Danny fucking Kaye.
Oh, I remember them.
I do too, but you know.
Oh, but they weren't in our era, no.
No, they were not. And then when Santa squeezes his white fat ass down the chimney, he's going to find the jolliest bunch of assholes this side of the nut house.
And Ellen's like, it's over.
Right.
I think everyone should just go home.
He's like, you're goofy. Don't piss me off, Art.
And so Clark's getting some water, and his dad comes in. First, how could it get any worse? We're at the threshold of hell, and then you see the RV pulling away from a mansion.
And so Clark Sr. goes to talk to Clark Jr., and he's like, you know what? We've had a terrible night. You tried really hard to make a perfect Christmas, but you cocked it all up. It's okay. It happens.
It happens.
And he was like, Dad, how did you do it? Got a lot of help
Daniels
from Jack Daniels.
Yep.
So then he asked him, are you going to recite the night before Christmas? He's like, nah, it's your house. It's your Christmas. I'm retiring.
So they gather around and he reads the night before Christmas.
And he talks about out on the lawn, there rose such a clatter.
He gets to what should my wandering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and
Eddie with a man in his pajamas with a dog chain tied to his wrists and ankles and a bow. And Eddie's out there kicking Shirley's ass up the driveway.
And here he comes. With
ho,
his
ho, ho.
Gift wrapped with a bow.
Where did he get that bow?
That is right. On
Where did
Christmas
he get that?
Eve?
Did he go by the Lexus dealership?
Well, he was in the rich neighborhood. He probably snatched it off somebody's car in the driveway.
Somebody did it. They were celebrating the Toyota-thon. Happy Honda Days.
We're a happy Honda Days family, bitch.
The season to remember. What's the season to remember? What's that one?
Shit.
Oh God, November to remember. Oh fuck!
I forget.
Go see cow. Go see cow. Go see cow.
When you wanna go see her,
pussy cow.
Pussy cow.
Pussy cow. Yeah,
that's all I remember.
Go see Cal Worthington and his dog Spot.
Oh yeah. So he comes in with the boss, tells him Merry Christmas, and asks the boss if he's ready to do some ass kissing.
And meanwhile, Mrs. Shirley is calling the cops. He was wearing a blue leisure suit. He was a big, burly man, a brute of a man.
A brute of a man.
Yes, his plates were from Kansas. And Ellen is like, sorry, this is our family's first kidnapping.
So they untie the boss, and he tells Clark he's fired.
Yeah, and he's like, hold your wad there, fella. Clark lost his temper when he found out that he didn't get his bonus. He's like, how did you get your bonus? Nobody got a bonus. And he's like, yeah, thanks for telling me. Like, if you don't want to give a bonus, that's fine. But when people depend on them as part of their salary, well, what you did just plain sucks.
And so boss has a Scrooge moment.
Right? He's like, well, my cousin-in-law here, whose heart is bigger than his brain. Thank you, Clark. It's like, all right. His heart grows 3 sizes. And he's like, you know, when things look good on paper but lose their luster. Like, how did you think this was going to go, you fuck?
Right.
How did you think this was going to be received, Mr. Shirley?
And I'm like super surprised based on his behavior so far that he even has a Scrooge moment.
Yeah. And like, that's all it took,
fuck.
just looking around at these people.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
look
they
at
look
all
all
these white
sad.
people in tears.
Look at poor Rocky with his unidentified lip fungus, with his big puppy dog eyes.
All right. Well, whatever you got last year, add 20% to it.
I know, but
And he faints, so that must be a lot of fucking
must
money. If
be.
he put $7,500 down thinking he was going to get that, then he got at least $10,000.
right, as a
For
boner.
a bonus in 1989.
Well, that was the size of his house. You saw that house. That was
that
big.
house only cost $40,000 in 1989.
Well, that's probably true. Well,
That
where
big
is it?
for a
They're
quarter
in
of his
Illinois.
house. Is it? I don't even know.
I
if it
feel
ever
like they're in
says.
Illinois.
I would. It's John Hughes. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, well, yeah,
It's
they're in Shermer, Illinois.
probably.
But anyhow, So the SWAT team is coming.
Oh, and like Christmas Eve, you
I
got
know.
the entire fucking SWAT team in 15 minutes.
They're
It's
working
because
real
it's a
hard
rich
for the
white guy.
rich on Christmas Eve, ain't
That's an
they?
Illuminati SWAT team.
Seriously, they're there to protect the property. They're fucking running in through the windows.
They
Here comes
break
Santa
down
Claus,
Margo's
here comes Santa
goddamn
Claus.
door.
Yeah,
Come
that's
in
the
through the
neighbor.
windows.
If you want in here, you're gonna have to break down the goddamn door.
And they do.
They sure do. Freeze! Ellen has her hands on Clark's balls.
Yes, why is that your natural resting place?
And Mr. Shirley is like, Mrs. Shirley, they brought her for some reason.
Which is not normal, I don't
No,
think.
and like the kids, she's got her fur on. She's fixing her
Which
lipstick
glamour.
before. Right? Yes, God,
Feeling
Miss Shirley.
Shirley
yes,
here.
Mrs. Shirley.
I wish I could be
She
in
has
this
her
Christmas
pearls
Eve
on?
fit. Her pearls in her negligee.
that's like her negligee. That's what I was gonna say.
Oh,
That was her negligee.
I am loving it.
With her ankle length mink she was wearing.
And he admits to her when he comes in that he took the bonuses, and she's like,
What a
Oh,
low
no.
thing to do. That was
of
nasty.
all the cheap, lousy ways to save a buck. And
And he's
even
like,
the cops are like,
That sucks, dude.
I
You
should beat you with a rubber hose.
right? I mean, come on now.
But he changed his mind. He changed his mind.
It's gonna be okay. So now everything's fine. The kids go out. They see a haze in the sky.
It's Santa.
Everyone comes out as Lewis goes to light another stogie by
It's
the
the
sewer.
Christmas star. No, it
That's
ain't a
not
Christmas
the friggin'
star.
Christmas star, Grizz. It's the light from the sewer treatment plant.
Oh shit, Lewis.
Boom!
Boom.
Sends Santa and the deer sailing into the air. Aunt Bethany's.
rockets wriggling.
Everybody joins in.
The
Play
bombs
ball.
bursting in air.
Oh.
So yes, we play ball, and the cops stay and party with them.
Merry Christmas, Sparky. I did it.
The end.
Oh, Christmas vacation. Christmas vacation.
Oh, I love this movie.
I do too.
And it didn't make me cry like Scrooge for some reason.
No,
made me
I didn't cry. I don't cry at this one. This one's
No.
not a crying movie.
No,
This is
no.
a laughing movie.
This is a laughing movie.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever cried at this one. Like, I mean, like the whole thing about the Ruby Sue and Rocky not having shit.
That's sad.
That's
Yeah.
kind of sad because you can only imagine what their life must be like.
Oh God,
It's
Must be
awful.
bad.
Awful.
But yeah, so this movie doomed us to number one, love Chevy Chase, who turns out to be an asshole.
Yeah, well,
But number
well,
two,
like all of
doomed
the
us to
Griswold
accept our
movies.
dysfunctional family Christmas, which
also
is
that.
good.
Well, everybody's got a dysfunctional family. If you don't have a
Right?
dysfunctional family Christmas,
Then it ain't Christmas.
then it just ain't Christmas. Or not. It's not the holidays. If you're not doing
there you go.
Christmas,
Not
you're
just
probably
Christmas,
having
the holidays.
dysfunctional family Hanukkah, dysfunctional family Easter, dysfunctional
Whatever
family
it is you're
Passover,
celebrating.
dysfunctional family Kwanzaa. I'm sure. All of it. All
We
of
all
it.
got dysfunctional families, y'all.
At least everybody from our generation. Ain't nobody
For
was brought up
sure.
right.
For sure. So, yes, we wish you a Merry Christmas. We have one new Apple review.
Oh, we got one for Christmas.
one yearbook signing from Alley Cat 062893. And she says, I'm assuming she just because Allie, I
Well,
don't know. Could
we'll
be
see.
he.
They
say, my new obsession. Recently found this podcast through the Pee-wee's Big Adventure episode and genuinely look forward to it every week since. Both hosts are hilarious, and their dynamic energy makes reliving all 80s, 90s nostalgic movies we love even more enjoyable. A few favorite episodes you must listen to: The Clue, The Craft, Addams Family Values. You'd very much enjoy this podcast if you're a 90s kid or just truly enjoy classic older movies. I've never wanted to be friends with complete strangers more than I have hearing these funny, entertaining women. Keep up the amazing energy and look forward to other classic movie recaps to come. Thank you, Alley Cat.
Your obsession.
Yes.
I'm your obsession. What do you want me to do to make you sleep with me?
So yes, if you want us to read your yearbook review, you got to
Maybe
send us an
we'll sing
Apple
a song
review
about it.
an email titled yearbook signing Just send me any message that says make this a yearbook signing, and it will be a yearbook signing.
We'll make it a yearbook signing.
And we wish you a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy Doom Year.